Hello everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled to welcome you to Mindset, your psychology of success, unlock potential with growth mindset power. For years, I've had the privilege of connecting with individuals from all walks of life, listening to their stories, understanding their aspirations, and witnessing their struggles. One thing has become profoundly clear: our mindset isn't just a set of beliefs. It's the very lens through which we view the world, our abilities, and our potential. This book isn't about instant success or overnight transformations. It's about cultivating a sustainable, empowering mindset that allows you to navigate challenges, embrace learning, and unlock your hidden capabilities. We all have the power to shape our minds and, in doing so, shape our lives. So, what exactly can you expect from Mindset? First and foremost, you'll gain a deep understanding of the two core mindsets, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. We'll explore how these mindsets influence everything from your relationships and career to your personal happiness and overall well-being. You'll learn to identify which mindset is dominating your thinking in different situations. Secondly, this book will provide you with practical tools and techniques to shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. It's not about simply thinking positive thoughts. It's about fundamentally changing the way you approach challenges, setbacks, and even successes. You'll discover how to cultivate a love of learning, embrace effort, and view failure as an opportunity for growth. Thirdly, we'll delve into real-life examples and relatable stories that demonstrate the power of a growth mindset in action. You'll hear from individuals who have overcome adversity, achieved remarkable feats, and transformed their lives by embracing a growth-oriented approach. These narratives will inspire you and provide you with tangible blueprints for your own journey. Finally, this book is designed to be interactive and engaging. You'll find thought-provoking questions, practical exercises, and actionable strategies that will help you personalize your mindset transformation. It also helps to cultivate a growth mindset in kids and how it helps in their personal development. This is your journey. You can set your own personal goals. By the end of this book, you will understand the fundamental differences between a fixed and growth mindset. Identify the impact of your mindset on various aspects of your life. Develop practical strategies for cultivating a growth mindset. Learn how to embrace challenges and view setbacks as opportunities. Build resilience and develop a lifelong love of learning. Understand how to help your kids, family members, and friends to develop positive mindset. Unlock your full potential and achieve your goals with greater confidence and purpose. This is more than just a book. It's a guide to unlocking your potential, transforming your life, and embracing the power of lifelong growth. So, let's embark on this transformative journey together. Chapter 1: What is your mindset? Discovering your starting point. Hello friends, I'm so excited to start this journey of self-discovery with you. This book is all about unlocking your potential and living a more fulfilling life. And it all starts with understanding one simple, yet powerful concept: your mindset. So, what exactly is a mindset? Think of it as the lens through which you see the world and yourself. It's the collection of beliefs and assumptions you have about your abilities, your intelligence, and your potential. Your mindset influences how you interpret experiences, respond to challenges, and ultimately, how much you achieve. There are primarily two types of mindsets, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Let's explore them. The fixed mindset believes that your qualities, like intelligence or talent, are carved in stone. You either have them or you don't. People with a fixed mindset often shy away from challenges because they fear failure will reveal their limitations. They believe effort is only necessary if you're not naturally talented. Criticism feels like a personal attack, and the success of others can be threatening. The growth mindset, on the other hand, believes that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Intelligence and talent are merely starting points. Challenges are embraced as opportunities to learn and grow. Effort is seen as a path to mastery, criticism is viewed as valuable feedback, and the success of others is inspiring. Which one sounds more like you? It's okay if you're not sure. Most of us are a blend of both, leaning more heavily towards one than the other in different situations. Let's consider an example. Imagine two colleagues, Amit and Rowan, are given a complex project at work. Amit, with a fixed mindset, might think, "Oh no, this is too hard. I'm not good at this kind of thing. What if I fail? I don't want my boss to think I'm incompetent." He might procrastinate, avoid asking for help, and eventually deliver a subpar result, reinforcing his belief that he's just not cut out for it. Rowan, with a growth mindset, might think, "This looks challenging. It's a great opportunity to learn something new. I may not know how to do it right now, but I can figure it out. I'll ask for help when I need it, break the project down into smaller steps, and celebrate small victories along the way." Even if he faces setbacks, he views them as learning experiences and ultimately achieves success, strengthening his belief in his ability to grow and improve. Before we move forward, it's important to take a moment to honestly assess where you currently stand. Think about how you react to challenges. Do you embrace them or avoid them? Effort, do you see it as a necessity or a sign of weakness? Criticism, do you take it personally or see it as an opportunity to learn? The success of others, do you feel threatened or inspired? There are no right or wrong answers here. The goal is simply to gain awareness of your existing mindset tendencies. This awareness is the first step towards consciously shaping your mindset and unlocking your full potential. In the following chapters, we'll explore the power of the growth mindset in more detail and learn practical strategies for cultivating it in all areas of your life. Get ready to embark on a journey of growth, self-discovery, and lasting fulfillment. This is your journey, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Let's begin. Chapter 2, The Fixed Mindset, a Limiting Belief System. So, what exactly is a fixed mindset? Imagine a belief system where your intelligence, your talents, and your abilities are set in stone. Like they are written in a book that can never be edited. This, my friends, is the heart of the fixed mindset. People with this way of thinking believe they are either good at something, or they are not, and that's it. One of the biggest hallmarks of a fixed mindset is the fear of failure. To someone with this belief, failure isn't just a setback. It's proof that they lack the ability they thought they had. Because of this, they will frequently avoid challenges, particularly those that might make them look foolish or show them to be less skilled. They might pick easy tasks so that they can achieve high score. Let me give you an example. Imagine a young boy, we'll call him Alex. Alex is naturally good at math. In school, he always gets top marks without trying. He starts to equate his good grades with being naturally intelligent. But one day, Alex encounters a math problem he genuinely struggles with. Instead of seeing it as an opportunity to learn and improve, Alex feels threatened. This feeling of insecurity makes him anxious, so refuses to even try solving it. Instead, he starts to give excuses, telling himself that it is an unnecessary problem. He finally convinced himself that he is not bright as he previously thought. That feeling reflects a fixed mindset in action. Alex's belief about his intelligence and fear of failure prevented him from reaching his full potential. Instead of seeing the difficulty as something to overcome, he views it as confirming his limitations. The negative impacts of maintaining a fixed mindset on growth and success can be great and extend far beyond mathematics problem. Someone with the fixed mindset is likely to give up quickly to avoid embarrassment. This chapter is not about criticizing those who have fixed mindsets, but it is a way of showing that a fixed mindset can limit a person and stops them from exploring the area of improvement. In the coming chapters, we will explore and discuss ways to open our mind to a growth mindset. Chapter 3, The Growth Mindset, Embracing Potential. Hello friends, remember in the last chapter we talked about the fixed mindset, that feeling of being stuck? Well, now let's step into a brighter world, a world of endless possibilities, fueled by what we call the growth mindset. The growth mindset is simply the belief that your intelligence, your talents, your abilities aren't carved in stone. They are more like muscles. They can be strengthened, stretched, and developed through dedication, learning, and good old-fashioned hard work. It's about believing that you can become more. Imagine two people learning to play the guitar. One, we'll call him Peter, has a fixed mindset. After a few weeks, he finds it difficult to master a certain chord. He thinks, maybe I'm just not musically talented. Some people are born with it, and some aren't. I guess guitar isn't for me. He gives up. Now, consider Alex, who embraces a growth mindset. He struggles with the same chord. But instead of giving up, he sees it as a challenge. He thinks, this is tough. But with some practice, I know I can get it. He searches online tutorials, asks a friend for help, and keeps practicing. Slowly, but surely, he masters the chord. He doesn't see his initial struggle as a sign of inadequacy but as an opportunity to learn and improve. That's the core of the growth mindset, seeing challenges as opportunities, effort as the path to mastery, and failure as feedback. It's not about instantly being good at something. It's about having the courage to try, the willingness to learn, and the resilience to keep going even when things get tough. Think about it, everything you're good at now, you weren't always good at. You learned it, you practiced it, you grew into it. The growth mindset is just recognizing this process and applying it to everything you want to achieve. The benefits are enormous. With a growth mindset, you're more likely to embrace challenges, persist through obstacles, learn from criticism, and ultimately, reach your full potential. You unlock a world of possibilities simply by believing in your capacity to grow. So, let's nurture the growth mindset and begin our journey of self-improvement. Chapter 4, Why Mindset Matters, The Ripple Effect on Your Life. Imagine tossing a pebble into a still pond. The initial splash is small, but the ripples spread outwards, touching everything in their path. That's how your mindset works. It's the tiny pebble that creates huge ripples across every area of your life. Your mindset, whether fixed or growth-oriented, acts as the lens through which you view the world. This lens shapes your perceptions, your reactions, and ultimately, your outcomes. Let's consider relationships. Someone with a fixed mindset might believe their partner should innately understand their needs. Conflict arises when those needs aren't met perfectly. They might think, this just proves we're not compatible. A growth mindset, however, encourages open communication, understanding that relationships require effort and continuous learning. They believe we can work through this by talking and understanding each other better. In your career, a fixed mindset can lead to avoiding challenges for fear of failure. Opportunities are missed. A promotion might be seen as a threat, exposing potential weaknesses. Conversely, a growth mindset welcomes challenges. It views them as stepping stones to advancement. Learning new skills is exciting, and setbacks are opportunities to learn and improve. Education is profoundly impacted. A fixed mindset screams, I'm just not good at math. Effort seems pointless. A growth mindset whispers, I can improve my math skills with practice and the right strategies. It fosters a love of learning and a belief in one's ability to grow intellectually. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, your mindset influences your personal well-being. A fixed mindset can breed insecurity and a need for constant validation. Mistakes are devastating, impacting self-worth. A growth mindset cultivates self-compassion, recognizing that imperfections are part of being human. It promotes resilience, allowing you to bounce back from setbacks stronger and wiser. Your mindset isn't just a thought. It's the foundation upon which you build your life. Understanding its power is the first step towards creating a life filled with growth, fulfillment, and genuine happiness. Remember the ripples. They start small, but their impact is immense. Chapter 5: The Power of Yet, Reframing Failure as an Opportunity. Hello, friends. In our journey of personal growth, we often stumble upon the dreaded F word, failure. It stings, it discourages, and it sometimes makes us want to give up entirely. But what if I told you that failure isn't an end, but a stepping stone? That's where the magic word comes in, yet. Imagine a young boy, David, who is learning to ride a bike. He falls repeatedly, scrapes his knees, and feels utterly frustrated. He says, I can't do it. Now, let's add the power of yet. Instead of, I can't do it, he thinks, I can't do it, yet. See the difference? That simple word, yet, transforms the entire situation. It acknowledges the present reality but opens the door to future possibilities. It implies that with effort, practice, and perhaps a few more scraped knees, he will eventually ride that bike. The yet mindset isn't about denying the difficulty or pretending things are easy. It's about recognizing that our abilities are not fixed. They can be developed and improved over time with dedication. When you face a challenge and feel overwhelmed, try adding yet to the end of your thought. Instead of saying, I'm not good at math, say, I'm not good at math yet. I can't learn this new skill, say, I can't learn this new skill yet. I don't understand this concept, say, I don't understand this concept yet. This simple shift in perspective can have a profound impact on your motivation and persistence. Yet, removes the feeling of finality that often accompanies failure. It transforms setbacks from indicators of your inherent limitations to opportunities for learning and growth. Think of each mistake as a valuable piece of information, a clue that guides you closer to your goal. Embrace the stumbles, the missteps, and the moments when you feel like giving up because they are all part of the process. Every time you fall, you learn something new. You adjust your approach, you refine your technique, and you become stronger and more resilient. So, the next time you find yourself struggling, remember the power of yet. Embrace the journey, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Your potential is limitless. You just haven't reached it yet. Chapter 6: Turning Fixed Thoughts into Growth Thoughts, a Practical Guide. Hello friends. Remember, mindset is a choice. It's about how we choose to interpret the world around us and our own capabilities. But how do we actively shift from those limiting, fixed thoughts to empowering, growth-oriented ones? Let's dive in. First, awareness is key. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. Start listening to your inner voice. What does it say when you face a challenge or make a mistake? Does it whisper things like, I'm just not good at this, or I'll never understand it? These are telltale signs of a fixed mindset in action. Write these negative thoughts down. Seeing them on paper is the first step to dismantling them. Challenge the thought. Once you identify a fixed thought, ask yourself, is this absolutely true? Is there another way to look at this situation? For example, let's say someone misses a deadline at work and thinks, I'm so irresponsible. I can't do anything right. Instead of accepting this as a fact, challenge it. Ask, is that a fair assessment? Did unforeseen circumstances contribute to the delay? What can I learn from this experience to improve next time? Reframe the narrative. This is where the magic happens. Take that fixed thought and reframe it with a growth mindset perspective. Instead of, I'm not good at this, try, I'm not good at this yet. What steps can I take to improve? Instead of, I failed, try, I learned something valuable from this experience. Let's use another example. A person applies for a new job and doesn't get the position. A fixed mindset thought might be, I'm not talented enough to get hired. Reframed, a growth mindset thinking is, this experience told me in which area I need to improve. It gave me a new perspective, which I can use to apply for a new job. I can focus on those things to get my dream job. The word yet is a powerful tool for reframing. Practice makes progress. Shifting your mindset is not an overnight transformation. It's a journey that requires consistent effort and self-compassion. Some days will be easier than others. There would be times when fixed mindset thoughts creep up again. That's okay. Just acknowledge them, challenge them, reframe them, and keep moving forward. Celebrate small victories along the way. Every time you successfully turn a fixed thought into a growth thought, you're strengthening your growth mindset muscle. Remember to provide yourself with time and space to grow. Be patient, as growth is a slow process. Trust the process and keep moving. You got this. Welcome back, champions of growth. In this chapter, we're diving deep into the heart of what truly unlocks your potential, effort and learning. There's a common myth floating around that some people are just naturally good at things. They were born with a special talent, a gift. But I'm here to tell you that's only part of the story. Sure, some individuals might have certain predispositions, but true mastery comes from consistent effort. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Nobody hops on for the first time and instantly becomes a professional cyclist, right? There are wobbly starts, scraped knees, and maybe even a few tears. But with each attempt, each pedal stroke, you learn and improve. Effort transforms clumsiness into confidence. We often hear people say things like, 1st I'm not good at math, or 2nd I'm just not a creative person. These are excuses. What they really mean is, I haven't put in the effort yet to develop that skill. Let's talk about deliberate practice. It's not just about putting in the hours. It's about focused, intentional effort. It means identifying your weaknesses, seeking feedback, and constantly pushing yourself to improve. It means practicing even when you don't feel like it, because you know that it's taking you one step closer to your goal. For example, imagine someone who wants to become a better public speaker. Instead of simply giving speeches, they record themselves, analyze their performance, identify areas for improvement, like eye contact or pacing, and then practice specific techniques to address those weaknesses. That's deliberate practice. Here's the amazing thing, the more effort you put in, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the greater your potential becomes. Effort isn't just about getting better at something. It's about rewiring your brain, developing new neural pathways, and expanding your capacity for growth. So, let's ditch the myth of innate talent and embrace the power of effort and learning. Your potential isn't fixed. It's a muscle that grows stronger with every deliberate action you take. Your journey is your own. No one can define the heights you reach but you. So put in the work and prepare for your personal transformation through effort. You've got this. Chapter 8, Embracing Challenges, Stepping Outside Your Comfort Zone. Have you ever felt that little voice inside your head whispering, no, don't even try, you'll fail? We all have. That's your comfort zone talking. It's that familiar, safe space where things are predictable and success feels almost guaranteed. But here's the secret. Real growth never happens inside your comfort zone. It blossoms when you dare to step outside, to confront challenges that feel a little bit scary, a little bit daunting. Think of it like this. Imagine a gardener who only plants flowers that he knows will grow easily. He'll have a beautiful garden, sure, but it will always be the same. He'll never discover new colors, new scents, new varieties. But the gardener who is willing to experiment, to try planting things that might not thrive, is the one who will eventually create something truly extraordinary. Facing challenges isn't just about achieving some grand accomplishment. It's about learning, growing, and becoming a more resilient person. It's about realizing that you're capable of far more than you ever thought possible. So, how do you actually step outside your comfort zone? Firstly, identify your comforts. What activities, skills or responsibilities are you avoiding? Secondly, start small. Don't try to conquer Mount Everest on your first hike. Choose a challenge that feels manageable. Maybe it's volunteering for a presentation at work, learning a new software program, or trying a new hobby. Thirdly, reframe failure. Instead of seeing it as a sign of inadequacy, view it as a learning opportunity. What can you learn from this experience? How can you improve next time? Remember the power of yet. Let's say, John wants to learn to play the guitar, but he's afraid of sounding bad. His fixed mindset voice tells him, you're not musical, you'll never be good at this. But with a growth mindset, John can reframe that fear. He can say to himself, right now, I'm not very good at playing the guitar, yet. But with practice and effort, I can improve. He can find a teacher, practice diligently, and celebrate small victories along the way. Even if he never becomes a rock star, he'll learn new skills, gain confidence, and expand his horizons. Embracing challenges isn't always easy, but it's always worthwhile. It's the path to growth, self-discovery, and a more fulfilling life. So, take a deep breath, step outside your comfort zone, and embrace the adventure. You might just surprise yourself with what you're capable of achieving. Hello, friends. As we continue on this journey of self-discovery, let's talk about something truly powerful: feedback. Think of it as vital fuel for your personal growth engine. It's how we learn, adapt, and become better versions of ourselves. Now, feedback often has a bad reputation. We brace ourselves, expecting criticism. But what if we flipped the script? What if we saw feedback as a gift, a chance to see ourselves through someone else's eyes and improve? First, let's talk about receiving feedback. It's not always easy, especially when it's something we don't want to hear. The key is to approach it with a growth mindset. Remember, it's not about you as a person. It's about a specific behavior or skill. Imagine you're learning to play the guitar, and a friend, who's a skilled guitarist, tells you that your finger placement is slightly off. Instead of getting defensive, listen carefully. Ask clarifying questions. Could you show me what you mean? Or, where should my fingers be instead? This turns a potential criticism into a valuable lesson. Don't interrupt. Let them finish their point. Try to understand their perspective. Thank them for the feedback, even if it stung a little. What about giving feedback? This is where things can get tricky. The goal is to be helpful, not hurtful. Always start with something positive. Acknowledge the person's strengths before addressing areas for improvement. Be specific and focus on behavior, not personality. So instead of saying, "You're always late," try, "I noticed you were late to the last 2 meetings. Is there anything I can do to help you manage your time better?" Frame it as a question, showing that you care and want to support them. And remember to offer suggestions for improvement. For example, let's say a colleague named Alex presents on a project. Don't say, "That presentation was awful." Instead, try something like, "Alex, I really appreciated how clearly you explained the complex data. It was engaging and informative. I had some trouble understanding slides on budget allocation. Maybe you could explain it with more clarity or add more visuals for better understanding." What are your thoughts? Ultimately, feedback is a conversation, a chance for growth on both sides. When we give and receive feedback with openness and a willingness to learn, we create a supportive environment where everyone can thrive. Embrace the power of feedback and watch how far you can go. Chapter 10: Mindset in Relationships, Building Stronger Connections. Think about your closest relationships: family, friends, partners. What makes them strong? What makes them difficult? Often, the answer lies in mindset. A fixed mindset in relationships can be like building a wall instead of a bridge. It assumes that people are fundamentally who they are. If someone annoys you, a fixed mindset tells you that's just how they are. They'll never change. This leads to frustration, judgment, and eventually, disconnection. You might withhold forgiveness, cling to grievances, and avoid vulnerable conversations. For example, imagine a disagreement with your sibling about chores. With a fixed mindset, you might think, "They're always lazy. They never pull their weight." This instantly closes the door to understanding and creates resentment. However, a growth mindset transforms relationships. It recognizes that people can evolve, learn, and grow. Imperfections aren't set in stone. With a growth mindset, you approach relationship challenges with empathy and curiosity. You ask yourself, "Why is my brother behaving this way? What could be contributing to his behavior? How can I communicate my needs effectively?" You focus on understanding their perspective and collaborate to find solutions. Growth mindset in relationships also means embracing vulnerability. You are not afraid to communicate feelings. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," you could say, "I feel unheard when I am trying to talk." Let's figure out how we can communicate better. Relationships require effort and willingness to learn. This also includes active listening, which is the act of paying close attention to what someone is saying, emotionally and verbally. A growth mindset fosters resilience in relationships. You realize conflicts are inevitable, but they are also opportunities for growth that can foster understanding, empathy, and strengthens the bond between the individuals. For instance, if your partner forgets an important date, a growth mindset allows you to see that everyone makes mistakes and use the incident as an opportunity to communicate needs and boundaries with love and respect. Building stronger connections means embracing the idea that both you and the other person are works in progress. It requires patience, understanding, and a commitment to growing together. It means turning disagreements into opportunities for deeper understanding and transforming challenges into moments of shared growth. Chapter 11: Mindset at Work, Cultivating a Growth Culture. Imagine a workplace where everyone is eager to learn, not afraid to make mistakes, and constantly pushing boundaries. That's the power of a growth mindset, not just as individuals, but as a whole team. At work, our mindset dictates how we approach challenges, interact with colleagues, and ultimately, how successful we become. A fixed mindset in the workplace can manifest as fear of looking incompetent, avoiding new projects, and being defensive about criticism. Imagine a programmer, let's call him Alex. Alex receives constructive feedback on their code. Instead of seeing it as a chance to improve, he gets defensive, insisting their way is the best way. This blocks the growth and hinders the team's progress. A team filled with Alexes creates a stagnant, unproductive environment. Now, picture a different scenario. A team embracing the growth mindset welcomes challenges. They see failures as learning opportunities and celebrate effort and improvement over just achieving a perfect outcome. When someone shares an idea, it's met with enthusiasm and a desire to build upon it, even if it's not perfectly formed. This kind of collaborative spirit fuels innovation and allows teams to achieve remarkable results. So, how do you build a growth-oriented culture? First, leadership plays a crucial role. Leaders need to model a growth mindset by openly admitting their own mistakes and emphasizing the importance of learning. Providing opportunities for professional development and encouraging experimentation, even if it leads to failure, is paramount. Start by recognizing and rewarding effort and progress, not just perfect scores. Share stories of how learning and adaptation led to successes. Next, foster a culture of open communication and feedback. Create safe spaces where team members feel comfortable sharing ideas and receiving constructive criticism without fear of judgment. Frame feedback as a tool for growth, focusing on specific behaviors and their impact. Encourage people to ask questions and challenge assumptions. Finally, remember that building a growth culture is an ongoing journey. It requires consistency, patience, and a genuine commitment to fostering a learning environment. By embracing the growth mindset, your workplace can become a place where individuals thrive, teams excel, and innovation flourishes. It's about transforming work from a place to survive into a place to dramatically improve. Chapter 12: Mindset for Parents and Educators, Nurturing Growth in Others. Hello everyone. As parents and educators, you are the architects of young minds. You hold immense power to shape the way children see themselves and the world around them. Nurturing a growth mindset in children is one of the most valuable gifts you can give. Why? Because a growth mindset isn't just about getting good grades. It's about fostering a lifelong love of learning, building resilience, and empowering children to reach their full potential. So, how do we do it? It starts with understanding the subtle ways we might be reinforcing fixed mindset thinking without even realizing it. Positive reinforcement, the right way. Praise is powerful, but how you praise matters. Instead of saying, "You're so smart," which implies inherent ability, focus on effort, strategies, and progress. Try phrases like, "I noticed you really stuck with that problem, even when it was tough. You tried a different approach, and it worked. That's great problem solving. I can see how much you've improved since you started practicing." This emphasizes that intelligence isn't fixed but can be developed through dedication and hard work. Effort-based praise. Make the connection between effort and outcome clear. Instead of showering children with empty praise, acknowledge the specific actions they took that led to success. For example, you studied really hard for that test, and it paid off. You practiced your drawing every day, and it shows in your improved skills. This reinforces the idea that effort is a valuable resource that leads to growth. Creating a supportive learning environment. A growth mindset thrives in an environment where mistakes are seen as learning opportunities, not failures. Encourage risk-taking. Let children know it's okay to try new things, even if they might not be perfect at them right away. Model a growth mindset yourself. Share your own struggles and how you overcame them. Let children see that learning is a lifelong process. Focus on the learning process, not just the outcome. Ask questions like, "What did you learn from this experience?" or "What would you do differently next time?" Remember, fostering a growth mindset is a journey, not a destination. Be patient, be supportive, and celebrate the progress your children make along the way. By creating an environment that values effort, learning, and resilience, you'll empower them to become lifelong learners and achieve their full potential. Chapter 13: Overcoming Setbacks, Resilience in the Face of Adversity. Life, my friends, is not a straight line. It's more like a winding road, filled with unexpected turns, potholes, and even the occasional roadblock. Setbacks and adversity are inevitable. What truly matters is how we respond to them. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up, dusting ourselves off, and learning from the experience. But how do we cultivate this resilience? First, practice self-compassion. When you stumble, avoid harsh self-criticism. Instead, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Acknowledge the pain, but don't dwell on it. Remember, everyone makes mistakes. Perspective taking is another crucial tool. Ask yourself, in the grand scheme of things, how significant is this setback? Often, we magnify our problems, losing sight of the bigger picture. Will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Shifting your perspective can help you regain control. Learning from mistakes is paramount. Don't shy away from analyzing what went wrong. What could you have done differently? What lessons can you extract from this experience? Every setback is a learning opportunity disguised in difficulty. See it as a chance to grow and improve. Consider this. Imagine a budding entrepreneur, Maya, who pours her heart and soul into launching a new business. Initially, things are slow. Customers are few, invoices piled up. She feels defeated and considers closing shop. But instead of succumbing to despair, she takes a step back. She reminds herself that failure is not fatal. She analyzes her business plan, identifies areas where she can improve her marketing strategy and refine her target audience. She seeks feedback from mentors and is open to new ideas. Instead of focusing on her struggle, Maya focuses what she has learned. Slowly but surely, Maya's customers begin to arrive. Her resilience, her willingness to learn and adapt, turned her initial setbacks into stepping stones to success. Finally, remember that setbacks are temporary. They don't define you or your potential. Keep your goals in sight, maintain a positive attitude, and keep moving forward, one step at a time. The road to success is paved with resilience. Embrace those bumps and keep moving, my friend. Chapter 14, The Long Game, Sustaining a Growth Mindset Over Time. So, you've embraced the growth mindset. Fantastic. But lasting change isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about embedding this way of thinking into the very fabric of your being. How do we make sure this incredible progress sticks? Firstly, continuous learning. Never stop being curious. Read books, take courses, listen to podcasts, immerse yourself in new ideas. The world is constantly changing, and so should you. A person I know, let's call her Maya, started taking online coding classes after years of working in marketing because she wanted a new challenge. Now, she designs websites. Keep your mind sharp and engaged. Secondly, self-reflection. Regularly take time to consider your actions, thoughts, and feelings. Ask yourself, am I responding to challenges with a growth mindset or am I slipping back into old patterns? Keep a journal, meditate, talk to a trusted friend. Understanding yourself is crucial. Acknowledging you have made a mistake is the first step of learning. Thirdly, cultivate a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, who believe in your potential, and who aren't afraid to challenge you. Distance yourself from negativity and fixed mindsets. The doubts will become your doubts. Find your tribe, people who lift you up, not hold you back. My friend David had to limit his time with his complaining coworkers and focus on connecting with the more positive people in his office to protect his mindset. Choosing to stay with your fixed mindset friends and family may seem like the easier way to go, but in the long run, it will hurt your learning abilities. Fourthly, reframe setbacks. You will stumble. It's inevitable. Use these moments as learning experiences. When things get tough, ask yourself not, why is this happening to me, but what can I learn from this? Fifthly, be patient. Changing your mindset is a lifelong journey. There will be times when you feel discouraged. Don't give up. Celebrate small victories, and remember why you started this process in the first place. The growth mindset is not a destination. It is a way of traveling. Keep learning, keep reflecting, keep surrounding yourself with positive influences, and keep pushing yourself. The rewards, a life of growth, fulfillment, and endless possibilities, are well worth the effort. Chapter 15, Your Mindset Journey, Embracing a Life of Growth and Fulfillment. We've reached the end of this journey together, but in reality, it's just the beginning of your mindset adventure. Think of this book as a map, not a destination. We've explored what a mindset is, how a fixed mindset can hold you back, and the incredible power of cultivating a growth mindset. Remember, understanding the difference between the two is the first step. Recognizing the limited belief system of the fixed mindset is half the battle, and by now you should be ready to see potential in your abilities. You've learned to reframe failure as a learning opportunity, to value effort over innate talent, and to embrace challenges instead of shying away from them. You see the potential of the word, yet. But knowledge isn't enough. This is where the real work begins. Your mindset is like a muscle. It needs constant exercise to stay strong and flexible. Continue to challenge those fixed thoughts whenever they creep in. Consciously replace them with growth-oriented perspectives. Seek out opportunities to learn and grow. Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. Embrace feedback, even when it's hard to hear. Remember, feedback is fuel for your journey. Cultivate a supportive environment where growth is encouraged, both for yourself and for those around you. There will be setbacks. Days when you feel like you're sliding back into a fixed mindset. That's okay. That's a normal part of the process. The key is to recognize it, forgive yourself, and gently steer yourself back on course. Resilience is built through these moments of adversity. This isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term commitment to personal growth and development, but the rewards are immeasurable. A growth mindset leads to greater fulfillment, increased resilience, stronger relationships, and a life filled with purpose and meaning to truly embrace all of life's possibilities. So, go forth and embrace your mindset journey. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and never stop learning. The world is waiting to see what you're capable of, and with a growth mindset, the possibilities are truly limitless.